big things to recap, right? Extract filters filter out data at the time of load, so they're great for performance. Data source filters do not filter out data, but do not filter out data at the time of processing the data, but do filter out it on the sheet. So you get the benefit of if you're trying to go between, picking up certain things in your data set or trying to do something for testing, it's great to use for that. Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're starting a series on Tableau, the Tableau order of operations, and we're gonna go through it as interview questions. Right? I'm trying to give you guys practical use cases that you can use in interviews and help you in your analytics career. Today we're gonna go over the first two, which is extract filters and data source filters. So let's go and get into them. I'm going to pull up Tableau desktop. All right, so the data source I'm working with today is a data source I use in stock trading. So it's like a Nasdaq data set, and it has like it's a little over a gig in size. So I got something that was pretty big, so you can see the difference. All right, so the first one I'm gonna do is an extract filter. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect to data. I'm gonna go to text file here. This is Nasdaq initial. As you can see, it's 1.32 gigabytes. So I'm gonna open it up. All right. So you get this message letting you know it may take a long time for it to load. That's fine. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on extract. And I'm gonna click on edit here, right? And then I'm going to click on edit filters and add a filter. Now what this is gonna do is I'm gonna pick like I think if I did last time, or I don't know. Let's pick like AAL. Yeah, so what's gonna happen is when you click on this ticker for the extract filter, what it's going to do is when it tries to create this extract, it's going to only keep AAL. So it won't have any reference of the other tickers once it's completed. So save settings, then click on the data set. And actually, we're going to call it NASDAQ initial extract filter so we know the difference. All right, so it's loading. Cool. So as you notice, it loaded pretty fast. I'm going to go ahead and throw a ticker on the rows. And you can see it only has AAL, right? So that loaded really, really fast. So keep that in mind. Now I'm gonna do a new sheet and I'm gonna go ahead and create another data source. I'm gonna pick the exact same data source, NASDAQ initial, or the same CSV file. And this time I'm gonna click on extract, but I'm gonna click on add filters. Now this filter is gonna be a data source filter, right? And I'm gonna do AAL. The biggest difference here is, this is a huge difference. The data source, as I'm creating this extract, when you refresh it, it's going to refresh with all the values. But when you go to the tab, AAL will be the one that's selected. And you'll see what I mean. So I'm gonna click OK. Go to sheet 4. I'm say NASDAQ initial data source filter. And watch this. So it's gonna load. And watch how much longer it takes to load. Okay. So now it's picking up all the records, even records that don't have the ticker as AAL. All right. But when I click on ticker, it's going to do this. Okay. So now here comes the big question, right? I'm an interview person. You're like, what's the difference between an extract filter and a data source filter? To me, there's like two big things. An extract filter is faster because what happens is when you go to create the extract or refresh it, it's only going to pull in data records with the specified filters. The difference with a data source filter is it's still going to pick up all the records from the source, but then it's going to filter your sheets down to that ticker, right? Now your question might be, okay, well, why would I ever use a data source filter? Let me show you that. So if I click on edit, and I can click on edit here. I think I'm on the wrong one. Let me go to, let me click on edit here. Okay. So I'm going to say remove So you notice on the data source filter there, I didn't have to refresh the data to pick up on all the other values. So because they've already been loaded. So let's say you're like testing something or working something at work, you don't need to refresh the data. Now let's go to the extract filter so you can see the difference. Okay, so I want to click on edit here. If I click on edit and I say, okay, I want to kill that filter, hit save settings, and then I want to like refresh that data set, that extract. Now what's gonna happen is it's gonna go on that extract and actually pick up all the values again. So you probably don't want to do that in production because it's gonna like you don't really want to pull all in the values unless you really actually want to pull in all the values. So again, big things to recap, right? Extract filters filter out data at the time of load, so they're great for performance. Data source filters do not filter out data, but do not filter out data at the time of processing the data, but do filter out on the sheet. So you get the benefit of if you're trying to go between, picking up certain things in your data set or trying to do something for testing, it's great to use for that. So next time we're gonna go over context filters, and I appreciate you guys staying tuned with me, and I will talk to you later. Peace.